Can we win the Criterium de C grade? We're back 2 weeks later with a vengeance after my failed solo breakaway on the last lap. And honestly, I just want to win this thing. If you're new here, I'm an ex-A grade racer who lost a bunch of fitness and started doing triathlon. And you'd think this would be easy for me, but honestly, it just goes to show my lack of skills and fitness right now. So yeah, we'll give it a crack.
No, actually C grade.
C grade?
Yeah. I haven't signed up yet, so
Okay, so when we're riding, we want to ride their hands on the bars all times. If somebody's not riding in a straight line, please just gently remind them, don't abuse them. Okay, we're all good? Let's roll out, safe riding.
All right, and we are off. We have 30 minutes of racing ahead of us. And this guy on the right just sends it straight from the start line. I like that. I like that enthusiasm. The first 15 minutes was pretty surgy. Everyone's still pretty fresh, so while some people tried to commit to a breakaway, they were chased down pretty quickly. I was one of those people chasing down the brakes. I probably did a little bit more work than I should have, but hey, just checking where the legs were at for today. The C grade course doesn't go down the hill up until the last 2 laps, so it's pretty fast, pretty flowy. There's no real climbs or tight corners, which makes things pretty smooth. But honestly, by mid-race, it gets a little bit boring, especially because there was no preems or sprint laps. So there was nothing to really animate things in the middle of the race. The sprint laps really speed up the entire bunch on those laps and put some fatigue into some riders, and that opens up an opportunity for others to sort of go for a breakaway whilst the rest of the bunch is tired. But that just didn't happen here. I tried to get in some breaks, nothing really stuck. No one was really willing to fully commit. But around the 25-minute mark with 5 minutes of racing left, I decided to go and just send it in a solo breakaway. I wanted to create a gap and just hold that gap so that it would be enough that even though the bunch is chasing me in those final 2 laps, hopefully I could hold it to the finish line and win. Well, that was my strategy anyway, go for glory, just with a solo break. But with 2 laps to go, a group of riders bridged the gap. They worked together and they caught me. But this isn't such a bad thing, because being in a breakaway with 4 other guys means that you're sprinting with 4 other people and not 20. So the chance of winning is still greater. However, we couldn't hold off the bunch. So we're all back together again. I'd burnt some serious matches. I could feel it. My legs were fatigued and pretty cooked, to be honest. And I was definitely being watched after that. All the little moves in the final lap, like everyone was just watching me and trying to mark my wheel, which sucked because it meant that no one wanted to pull any turns on the front at all. I was just stuck on the front. If I went any slower, I felt like I would have been at a standstill.
Let's go, boys. I ain't sprinting, let's go. I'm taking one of you.
So we're on the final descent here, on the final lap, and this gentleman here offers to basically tow us all to the finish line because he says he's not going to go for the sprint. I'm like, great, cool. I hopped on. He's a great draft. He's a little bit larger than the average person, which is perfect. But he wasn't going as fast as he could have on the downhill here, so I actually come around him and I put in a couple of hard and fast pedal strokes, then jump into an aero position, and that's kind of enough to just create a little bit of a gap between me and the peloton, who kind of just want to coast and not properly pedal down this downhill and get a good run up into the final climb, which can save some energy and a couple pedal strokes. So I'm doing the turn up until the final corner, thinking no one's going to come around me, until this guy just launches his attack on the left, and I just try and jump on his wheel, honestly. And we're probably about 500 to 600 meters from the finish line here. Once we turn left on this corner, there's about 300 meters worth of sprinting. I am just trying to bridge this gap with all my might. And you can see him, he's right there. Just look at him, he's so close. And I'm just trying, like, my body is full of acid right now. I'm just trying to just freaking come around him. And he gets it, and I get second, which is a huge improvement from last week's racing. A little blunder I made was I was in the hoods when I was sprinting, not in the drops. And that was because I just didn't expect someone to launch so early on. I expected everyone to launch on that final corner, and it caught me a bit by surprise, so I was stuck sprinting in the hoods. But man, kudos to him. He launched from pretty far out and he got it. he got it fair and square. He was definitely the better man.
Great stuff. Number 53. Well done.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Yeah, you were so strong. Wow. Back here too.
Yeah. I recovered after I got caught.
Yeah,
You probably just didn't quite have that good a recovery.
I don't think so.
On the front the whole time, bro. Pulling all the turns.
We had
C grade, Chris, jeez.
Awesome. Appreciate it. How's the race going to unfold today?
I think it will come to a bunch sprint.
Josh, how about you?
Solo off the front, sit in, roll a few turns maybe. Nothing crazy.
You're a dangerous man. You got nothing to lose today. $10 entry is just unreal.
So you could get about 20 bike races for one Olympic distance triathlon.
Yeah, probably more.
Yeah.
Last entry I paid was over $200.
Some race predictions.
Oh, sorry.
What's
What about the race?
What's going to happen?
I reckon it'll split today.
Okay, I reckon
Same as
it'll
last
split.
week. A little bit more fatigue in the legs. Maybe a smaller field as well.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe not. But
It's like lap 2 and it's already split apart. How's the race though?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Freaking Hamish blew our legs off a few times.
Yeah. Hamish chased down that break.
He goes down the back straight there, and his little legs on his junior gears. Jesus.
Saw you on the front.
Roll
For a
few
bloke who
hard
wasn't
turns.
sure, I was
Yeah.
like, fucking hell, he's
Yeah.
working.
The first laps are like you're most nervous.
Everyone, yeah, gets excited.
But then once everyone's heart rates get up, it's not too bad. How do you feel? Did you get up for a sprint at the end there?
I was there to do it.
You were there.
It didn't happen, but I was there.
You were there
I
though.
was involved until I wasn't. Yeah. No, it was good. Good times.
Is that your Glad bag for your stuff?
Yeah, it's mine.
Jeez. You can buy Glad.
That's a bin liner.
Aldi only for
That's a
me.
bin liner. I love it.